What are you breaking my balls for? All right, welcome to another episode of Breakin Ballz with Johnny P. I'm your host, and I'm accompanied by, again, my good friend, actor, writer, director, producer, whatever you want to call him, my man Lou Martini Jr. What's up, Louis?
Great to be here, Lord of the Microphone. Yes, as always.
That's it. I love getting a new title every show.
You like the shirt tonight?
I love it.
It's my tribute to Johnny Cash. Go
that's Johnny Cash's? I thought it was Elvis Presley's, no?
No, Elvis Presley would wear red. Remember, I wore the Elvis shirt. I actually have the Love Me Tender shirt that I wore back in the days when you had your talk show, your Johnny P. Late Night show.
I would never be caught dead wearing that shirt. Now I'm only fucking
I got nothing.
That's just breaking balls.
This is a nice country western shirt.
You just need a cowboy hat now.
That's all.
Now listen, we got two great guests tonight. They're good friends of mine. They were on my late night show, my up late show. They're all around the comedy scene for many years. My first guest up, he's known for the Artie Lang show, and he's an actor, and he's a comedian. We got Mike Bocchetti here. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, guys.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, guys. Thank you, Johnny.
Right?
Thank you, Lou, for having me tonight. It's going to be fun.
All the way from Staten Island.
And
absolutely. I love your shirt, too. I don't care what you
Thank you, Mike. He's got taste. The man with taste.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. And coming from Staten Island, I don't know where he lives now. He's going to tell us in a little while. He's a promoter and he's a comic. He's been on my show before, too. One of my good friends. We got Rich Carucci. Richie, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Johnny P. What's up, brother?
What happened? You just had a surgery done. What happened?
Hip.
Hip.
Yeah?
Man.
Too many falls. Too many drunken falls.
Oh, come on. How you feeling?
Feel wonderful now.
All right, good. I'm glad that you're here, man.
Thank you. Thanks.
How's the job at the meat house? Looks like you're cutting the meat.
I know. I look like I'm cutting meat. Yeah, I look like a.
He looks like Rocky when Rocky was punching the meat. You know,
That's
the before photo.
That's his trademark. You know, you should sell your own hats like that on your website.
I should sell my hat. Well, yeah, it's cheaper
You're a hat guy.
Right.
You're a hat guy. You wear hats.
Well, I can't get a good I can't. The Captain Kirk's got a nice wig. That guy's got. I can't. It would never stay on.
Now you don't want a wig. You can tell anybody that got a wig when they got a wig, right?
Well, first of all, when you have a wig and you're in the entertainment business, can we please have a good wig?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, how many guys you see with a bad wig for years?
Morty's Wig Shop.
Burt Reynolds had a terrible wig for years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Go back and see some of his late '70s stuff, like Longest Yard.
It's
bad.
But not
It's
Smokey
bad.
the Bandit, right?
Well, he's got the hat on with those
Well,
movies.
but yeah, but Joe
But what do you think, Mike? Okay, Joe.
Lou's right, because like with Joe Pantaleone, you know, Ralphie?
Yeah.
That wig, you could tell it's a fucking wig, right?
But
It was horrible.
But I think with that character, they wanted to see that it was a wig, because in real life, when Joey was wearing a wig back in the day, Joey always had a good wig.
Wow.
Joey's two things with Joey Pantaleone. If he showed up at your house or your party, he had a good wig on, and he had two girls with him.
I love him. He's
Joey
one of my
Pants,
favorites.
one girl on each arm always. Never showed up girlless to a party.
We got to try to get him on the show.
One
He'd
of
be
the greats,
funny,
man. Joey Pants is one of the greats.
He's one of the best actors, because you know what? I love him. He went from like Richie Valens' manager to Ralphie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Think of what a range that is. Holy crap.
Yeah, great actor.
Yeah,
Good
but
guy.
I was just going to say that. Rich, in La Bamba, and
Yeah.
he had the half a moon head. But he was
What's a half a moon head?
It looks like you got like a horseshoe bald head.
You call it a half a moon?
Half a moon, yeah. That's
all right, okay.
That's what my father, the old school people thought. What do you think, Rich? Half a moon?
Half a moon, yeah. Looks like a UFO landed on the head sometimes.
You see, this show is also educational. Who knew that we?
So, like, what's going on with you guys, Mike? What's been? I know everyone says you've been hiding out. Where are you?
I got some coffee.
Coffee.
My friend Luca from Italy.
Oh, really? Is it open or no?
No, I didn't touch it.
Okay, I was going to say. Now, did you bring one for Louie or no?
I don't drink coffee. That's all right. It's okay. That's okay. I used to drink coffee before he came to my house and broke my 1940s Pyrex coffee pot.
Whoa.
Oh, you don't know that story.
Did you have one? You know what these great coffee pots are? Silver one cup. The Italian.
Well, this was what they called the Pyrex. This was a crystal glass.
Yeah, tell them that story.
It was in pristine shape. And I'm in the other room, and all of a sudden he says, "Yeah, I'm going to make a cup of coffee." He says, "All right, go ahead, make yourself a pot, because I don't even know how to make coffee." He says, "I'm not a coffee." All of a sudden, crash, bang, boom, bang. So go ahead, enjoy your coffee with your coffee pot.
Yeah, well,
you should be buying me.
Listen, you could have this and give it to Liz.
I don't have a coffee pot.
You got a coffee pot. I'll buy you whatever you need. I told you that. I'm a percolator guy, or the old school. I got the one with the perk. Or the fiberware. But, yeah, I mean, I had Butterfingers that night. Had a couple of drinks, and it was glass. It just fell out of my hand.
Lou, I'll make it up to you. I'll get you an Italian cheesecake.
Thank you. All right,
There you go.
that'll help.
Or a pizza,
That'll help the pain, the emotional scarring.
So what is this called? It's called Cleveland Brand.
My friend Luca Toscani.
Oh, yeah?
He's from Tuscany in Italy originally, but he's such a character.
Tell him to give me a call. We'll talk.
I will.
So, Rich, what's going on with you? I mean, I know you're laid up now because of your hip. Are you ready to go back into action?
I am,
What's
but
happening?
I'm trying to wonder if they grow coffee in Cleveland now. I never heard that.
I never heard of that. That's almost like Toaster King.
Just performing all over the place, man. Going out every night, and I was in Virginia Saturday and drove all the way there for a horrible show.
I tell everybody, but no one, only some people do it. You got to give me a couple of weeks' notice, and if I'm free and you guys are traveling somewhere far that I haven't seen, I would jump in the car with you.
Thank you.
Chose a couple of bucks for gas.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
have a fun
Hey,
day.
he's got nothing to do. He's got no life.
Yeah,
He's
I got-
go to Virginia with
I
you.
got no fucking
It was funny,
life.
I drove-
Fucking 12:30 set.
I drove
Tuesday
down
night.
there. I drove down there Saturday, 5 hours, and then I got there. I said, "I'm going to drink. One of you guys drive back." That was the Okay, so I start drinking. It was a horrible show. This place, it just set up horrible. Farmers, middle of nowhere.
You don't get no
What was the name
hotel
of the
room or
place?
nothing?
Bloxham. We did a show at the Bloxham Fire Department. Look at me
no.
bragging.
Oh, it was a fire
It
department.
was a fire
technically?
department. The stage was as big as they could have had those guys with the tigers on there. What the hell were their names?
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah, you think the stage was huge. I'm like, look at this. So the stage is huge. They go, we're gonna fix the lights. They start the show. They put the spotlight that's behind the comic. So I was like, oh hell with this. So I'm going up. I'm like, nah, we're not doing this. Turn on the lights. So they turn on. They set it up for like 200 people, and like 75 show up. So they sit them horribly.
Oh, really?
No one knows what to do. They got a food. It was.
Were they all firemen?
No, they were farmers and people that never saw.
Real hillbilly rednecks?
They never saw comedy before, and I'm pretty sure they don't think they've ever seen it now.
Well,
They
So
were-
how do you get booked in a place like
I
that?
do it all myself. I fired myself.
But
as
how do
my
you
own
find
book.
these places? Like, I want to do a fire department on
I
Tuesday
just
night. Let me see what's available.
during
or-
the day. I'm contacting people all day long, emails, text, all different places, organizations, bars, restaurants, anywhere and everywhere that I could drive. I'll drive there and back in the same night, and on the way back, I go to okay, you drive. So the kid starts driving my car, and I'm like, first we gotta, stop, get a beer. We get another beer. Get in the car. All right, let's drive. He's driving. Thank God, the other guys aren't drinking, but I made him stop anyway.
Oh, you're carpooling with a bunch of other comedians?
I bring him with me.
Yeah.
I go meet at my house. We'll take my car.
So it's the same guys doing the same show. It's the same guys
all
from New York.
different guys. Whoever I'm taking
Yeah,
with
it's
me
like a
that
mixed
time.
match.
But I'm saying they're all from New York, or you're picking up guys like in
they
Maryland
come
on the
wherever.
way.
Yeah, on the way, or they
Really?
meet me. Oh yeah, no, jump in, boop, whatever. So they one kid's driving, and there's a cop next to us, and we're all like, slow down, slow down. So he's slowing down. Boo! Cop pulls us over. He's up. Shit! The kid's flipping. He's like, "Oh my God, I've never got a ticket before." So the cop comes up. We go, "Yeah, we just did a fundraiser down the road." He's like, "Yeah, good. License, registration, and insurance." He takes kid's license, so I get the registration, insurance. I don't even know if I got it. I mean, I have it, but when you go to get it, so I give it to the cop. I don't realize it's both there. So the cop's like, "I'll be right back." Gives the kid a ticket. So the kid's flipping now. He's like, "Oh my God, I go, how much is the ticket?" The cop goes, $100. I take the $100 out. I give it to the kid. I go, "Here's the money for the ticket." So I go, "Listen, why don't you pull over?" So we drove up a little bit. Said, "You pull over." Told the other guy, "Why don't you drive?" That kid was flipping out, so we gave him a Percocet, sat him in the back so he could calm down.
Wow, no holds barred on this one.
Fascinating story.
Go
That was
back
fucking-
to Jersey.
Listen, you got to let me do your book, because I call them up. You got to negotiate and get a hotel room. Any Roach Motel
Oh,
for
that
you
worked
guys?
out easy
But,
because it doesn't, because we did tell them about our Baltimore gig. With a
Yeah,
fucking
we had a
we
hotel room and they had food. But plus the one guy just had a kid with his wife, so he don't want to stay overnight. He's like, "I want to drive." And I'm like,
Fuck
"All right,
that
great."
guy. Anybody that's like that, you leave him home then. you
I'd
know?
rather do that, man. When I was younger, I'd go get a hotel room, party, hang out with the people. Now I'm like, you know what? I just want to go home. Especially something that was horrible, like, it was a horrible event. We're like,
It's called paying your dues, guys. I did it.
See,
Paying
look,
your
like
dues.
you
Absolutely.
being an actor, you don't have to do stuff like that, but you still got to pay
But
your
I
dues.
was a road comic for 2.5 years back in the day.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, was I a road comic? And we were just talking to Mike beforehand. Back in the late 80s, when I was doing a show called Tony and Tina's Wedding.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was a very popular Broadway show.
I remember that show.
In the show, there was a a catering guy character that would do stand-up, 10 minutes of stand-up, which I would do. And I got the idea to do stand-up as this character, just change the name, and I went on the road with it, and it was very successful in some places. It was very, very successful East Coast, Northeast, the people got it. If I went to somewhere like Los Angeles or Detroit or something like that, it literally would take them like 10 minutes to figure out, like, oh, wait a second, that's not a real guy, that's a character.
Yeah.
It would take them 10 minutes to figure out that it was a bit.
Like they said in Goodfellas, it's among the Italians, all grease balls.
Just stay,
That cracked me up. The Paisano con they had. That is just too Jersey.
Yeah.
I mean,
just go down the Jersey Shore.
I mean, I was talking to Johnny about this earlier about being Italian, right? I'm proud to be Italian, but some people go too over the top with it. You know what I mean? It's like they make us bad stereotypes. It's like, and people in the Midwest eat all this crap up.
Oh, they love it. When I was in Arizona on vacation, I was seeing my cousin. I'm not just saying this, it's true. All the girls love my accent. All the guys wanted to, like, who the fuck's this guy? Is he connected? Or
that's what they think right away.
Yeah, but the girls loved it. Even the young girls. I had to stay. I wanted to meet some ladies, but I didn't know how old anybody was. Just like, okay, thank you. Oh, you want to hang out? That's okay. But I mean, it's like if I went to Italy and said I'm Italian, they would laugh at me. You know what they would say? You're an American or an Italian ancestry.
Yeah. Now, when I lived in college, I went to Texas, and this was 1980. This was during Urban Cowboy and a couple years after Rocky.
Great movie.
And it was the same experience. The girls thought I was Rocky Balboa, and they just ate it up every time I opened my mouth, and the guys wanted to fucking rip my head off.
Yeah.
I was in the Army, and my parents came down there in a Caddy Seville, brand new, Jersey plates on my
Great
suit,
car, man.
everything. They're like, what the hell?
I got one better. My father had a cream friggin' Cadillac.
Whoa.
It was cream, yeah.
My dad was Burgundy. Was my dad.
Oh, God.
But then I took over that car because I got my license taken away and I had a hot rod. So my father made a deal with me. He would give me the Cadillac if I got rid of my hot rod. And the hot rod was in my backyard. They took the fence down. It was sitting back there. It was a 72S Nova that I built from scratch.
Oh, nice.
It was mint. But it was there for a couple of years. So I was like, what am I going to do? I'm in my early 20s with no car and no license.
So it was like 50 years ago.
So 80 years ago. So he
Breakin Ballz.
So he gave me the car, and I used to drive. All the guys made fun of me. I was only getting it painted, but then I wound up some drunk lady on St. Patty's Day crashed into me.
Oh,
and I was
good
with
old
this
days.
girl I was dating, and I made believe like I was hurt, and I was like this, and she's like, no. You okay? And I started laughing. I go, come on. I wanted to play it off. And then she started hugging me like I couldn't do that to put it to the dramatic thing. But yeah, I bent the frame.
Johnny P will do anything for a hug, ladies and gentlemen. He will feign death to get a fucking hug.
Look, can I ask you, what was your favorite acting you got of all stuff? I know you've been in a ton of crap.
My favorite?
Pick your brain. I love act. That's why.
Probably the most challenging things I've done have been on stage, which a lot of people didn't see.
Yeah.
But I got to play a schizophrenic in a play back in L.A., and that was the most challenging thing I've ever done. That was great. Sopranos was a great job. Manifest was just a great job for me. That was a lot of fun.
Best guys.
They're all different, Mike. They're all different.
But all the best guys that were ever in a whole sitcom had to be the Sopranos, right? Or no?
I got to tell you, I mean, and this is coming from a Sopranos guy, I think Sopranos at sometimes is an overrated show.
Yeah.
It's got its really great strong points. But if you look at some of the episodes, man, there's scenes in that show that Edie and Jimmy are not in, and you're like, please get to a scene where Edie and Jimmy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mugging going on because the thing about Sopranos is Chase was a very visual guy, physical guy. I mean, he hired people by their faces. So I think a lot of the supporting acting. But although the writing was amazing,
it was great.
But
really
still,
was.
if you look at some episodes, or some of the supporting acting is terrible.
Yeah.
You watch a show like Ozark that was on a year ago, 2 years ago.
That's a good show.
Ozark, every second you're at the edge. It doesn't miss a beat. There's no bad acting. There's no bad
Yeah,
writing.
I never got to watch that yet.
That was
So
great.
I'm blessed to be on Sopranos. Great show.
Like Breaking Bad,
Great
I
show.
loved it for that reason.
Never seen it. I'm one of the guys that
Oh,
never
really?
seen it.
Breaking
I never
Bad
seen
was
it
cool.
either.
It was cool.
It's very intense.
Now you're the only actor that was ever on The Sopranos and The Godfather,
Well,
right? You're saying
You got it. You did your homework. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you
That
gotta
did
look-
principal
That's
work, principal.
amazing.
Yeah.
But I look at it like this: even if you had a bunch of you had some bad supporting actors, but just the ensemble of men, like say James Gandolfini, You know, little, even though
you're not
little
gonna do any
Steven
better.
wasn't an actor, I think
you're not
that
gonna do
part
any
was
better.
made for him.
He was great,
It was
right?
so crazy because
Even Paulie Walnuts wasn't an actor, but Paulie, you know, Tony Sirico was just a character guy.
Tony surprised a lot of people because people didn't realize that Tony had a comedic bone. I mean, one of the funniest episodes is when they're chasing the Russian in the woods. Tony Sirico is hilarious.
Oh, that's
in that
hysterical
show.
when he's
Who
going
thought
after
that
them.
Tony Sirico would have a comedy
That
bone?
was
in
that
it?
was a great
Like-
episode.
but the thing is,
I like
He's
him
an
and Chris. They
interior
were great
decorator.
together.
Yeah.
I liked about James Gandolfini is I seen him in interviews as himself. He's brilliant because he's the furthest thing away from Tony Soprano in real life.
I'm glad that you said that because I remember the first day that I worked with him. And I got to the set, and he was very, very gracious and stuff like that. But the thing about Jimmy is, he's Jimmy, and he's friendly, and he's gregarious, and he's fun, and he's a good guy. But as soon as they say rolling, John,
Yeah.
everything changes about him physically. His eyes go back in his head. His breathing
It's
changes.
amazing, I know.
His posture changes. He does not get nearly enough credit for the actor that Jimmy was.
I'm
It's an
sure he-
amazing transformation to see. Because you're right, he's nothing like Tony
Nothing
Soprano.
at all like him. Remember?
Completely different.
Tony had no endearing qualities.
Yeah.
None of those guys did really. I don't think really right.
That
None
was
of them.
like with Danny Aiello. I told him when I saw him in a professional, I was like, Danny, I never heard him curse when we were because he had a club.
No, that's
that
when we
used
did
to work
comedy
at.
together. Me and Rich. Danny Idle had a comedy club in Hoboken for a couple of
Right,
couple
I
of
remember
years.
that, yeah.
We
Yeah,
were there
one in
all
the
the time
city,
with
yeah.
him and his son Ricky.
Great
Yeah.
people.
So much fun.
Oh,
And I'm-
Ricky, you know where we? Excuse me, and you know me and Mike. Well, me and Mike met years ago at our friend Clem Caserta.
Right, his acting school, the
Oh
Johnny
no,
Whispers
he
School
put us
of
in a movie
Acting.
called Jimmy Whispers.
Jimmy Whisper's School of Acting. He goes, yeah, and you know he owned half price. It's getting off it, but he owned half price movies. So his family, I go, Clem, why do you call it half price movies? Because it's the same as everybody else. He goes, because when we show up, you give me half the money, and when we're done, you give me the other half.
Wait, I'm confused. What is half price movie?
That was the name of Clem Caserta's family's moving company. Half
oh,
price
moving.
movies.
I think you said movies.
No, movies.
Half price movies.
So yeah,
Oh, okay.
so he was, you know, he said, you know, when they got there, you would give me half the money, and then when they were done, you would give me the other half. And I go, you're a sick bastard. But he was filming an independent movie called Jimmy Whispers Return to Mulberry
So
Street.
crash, I met Johnny.
And I met you there, and tell him he gave him the part, and they threw Mike in the bathroom.
Oh, they gave me the part of this guy that was like a little slow. That wanted to be a wise guy like them.
So basically,
the hell around.
he stole the Goodfellas scene.
Yeah. No, the Bronx Tale.
Oh no!
Put him in the
Bronx
bathroom.
Tale.
Oh
They
yeah,
put
we
the
shooting
bush
in
in
the
the thing.
restaurant, and one guy grabbed me and just chucked me in the bathroom.
And he told me, he goes, I'm going to throw him in the bathroom a bunch of times just to fuck with him. And they did that scene about like 8 or 9 times.
8 or 9 times.
They kept throwing Mike in the bathroom.
What a nightmare that would do. See, that's what we mean by paying our dues.
Now him and his son have a cooking podcast or something down in Florida.
Really?
Well,
I
not
think I've
him
seen,
and his
right?
son. Well, they did, but then no more. But his son Clem, the other one,
Yeah.
he's a great cook.
Clem Jr.
Yeah. But yeah, he's in Florida. He's retired now, Boca Raton.
I thought I sort of had a podcast together or something.
No. He's retired now. So, but let's break. You know Mario Bosco, right?
Yeah.
Bosco Soup. I think it would be. You know, you guys could bust his chops, but
Oh no, I like him. I get him a bunch of work
do you?
all the time. I
Is he,
like him.
is he appreciative?
You
Because
know,
sometimes he is, and
you know.
sometimes he's not.
Sometimes it's weird on people.
You know, he's
what I mean?
listen, man. I got a soft spot for Mario.
Break his balls. Break his balls.
I
I
like
like.
Mario.
Listen, I have a soft spot for Mario too.
Everybody
But when I
does.
put him on, he was great. Did a great interview. Got a lot of hits. But he never promoted the show. He never reposted stuff from the show. You know, Lou Martini, he doesn't either. But he has an excuse because he's not on social media.
I got him upset, Mario. During the holidays last year, I bought a Santa outfit and I made him dress up as an elf. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I
And
did
we-
a Christmas special. He's played an elf
Yeah,
a few
we were
times.
doing
He's played an
some-
elf with us.
We did some private
on,
parties, and one of them I got a little hammered at, and I started goofing on him, and he didn't take it well. But he killed. They loved him. They loved him.
He's a funny guy. He just has to
Yeah.
be a little more given. When
do-
you give, you receive.
I'm doing a show with him in Brooklyn. They love him. We do it every Christmas at Toys for Tots at the
nice.
Bullseye Pub on Flatbush Ave. And, you know, the one brother, there's these twin
Well, you
brothers.
work all the big joints, huh? Virginia, or Flatbush Avenue.
They love him there. They freaking,
Now,
one brother loves him.
He is funny. Now, what's your problem with him? You had a
Well,
little beef
did
with him?
the-
Come on, talk to me.
We did the Artie Lang podcast together a lot.
Oh, he was on
And,
the Artie Lang
but
thing?
the thing is, like, I never ask anybody for anything in this. You know what I mean? I have friends that have clout, but I never bother them for nothing. You know what I mean? Because I want to be friends with these people as people. You know what I mean? Because and let people break our balls for shit in this. There's no reason to hammer people. Like, but first, I went to Hoboken Public Transportation. Mario wanted an Uber, all kinds of shit from Marty. I'm not that kind of guy. That just rubbed me a little the wrong way.
Yeah, no, there's definitely like, givers and takers.
You have a, I can't do him good tonight. He goes,
Hey, Rich, you got any work? Anything coming up?
You got a cab? You sent me a cab? I go, yeah, Gigi's going to fucking drive you down here. Yeah, Gigi.
Take me to a club?
We're going to bust Gigi's balls, too.
Look, I don't like asking anybody for anything in this. You know, I like doing my own thing.
That's very noble of you.
Well, I got a great idea. We talked about that. We should do a celebrity boxing match with Mario and Mike Bocchetti. And we'll do
I'd pay to see that.
We'll do it for charity. Yeah. And I think it would be great.
Yeah. I'll wrestle him because it's not fair. Because I don't want to wrestle. No, because I'd have to get on my knees to box him. It's not fair.
You might bite your ball.
Oh God!
Come on, Mario.
Well, I'll tell you what. We mix up. We make it a mixed martial arts. That's what you do. You make it a UFC kind of thing.
Wasn't he a stand-in for AJ in The Sopranos? Because that's what they say. He was like on The Sopranos.
I never saw him on set.
I think that's what.
I don't even see him looking nowhere near like AJ.
I swear that was, I guess, when he was younger. I don't know.
He's probably full of shit.
No, he is.
No, I think he was.
Lou's the only one who would know this, right?
I never saw him on The Sopranos.
Never saw him?
No.
Okay.
Two different body types.
No, because Lou would know the answer to this for sure. Because Mario was saying that when the show first started, right? Mario taught Tony how to speak Italian, right? I never heard him fucking speak 3 words of Italian on the show.
Tony Soprano?
No.
He when he went to Italy, he didn't know Italian.
No.
Tony Soprano didn't know Italian. No. Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't help you with that. Don't know. But what you do is you set up like a UFC, a mixed martial, where they can box and wrestle and do whatever they want.
For charity.
They want, you know?
Let's do it for St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
St. Jude's Children's. That's where they're going to put Mario after the fight.
No, I'll do it for St. Jude's
Johnny will
Children's
be the
Hospital.
referee. I'll be the ring announcer.
It'll be great.
Yes.
Would he do it, though?
Well, we got.
Well, he's a political.
And I think Mike beats the shit out of him right away. I say Mike.
That would be- I'm going to throw a party.
Put my money on Mike.
This is the deal.
Yeah, but the thing is, guys, he's a publicity fucking hound. I think he would do this.
Hey, let me ask you guys something now, because you guys are active road guys on the road now. Material-wise, are you guys changing your material up with the times, or like certain areas of the country? Do you figure, Rich, that you got to do a different set in Virginia?
I'll do
that you would
different
do in
stuff.
Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying, Mike? I mean, how often do you change up stuff? Or I mean, I love that Tony Hinch just the other night said, "Fuck everybody."
Oh,
I go hard, and this is what I do.
You can't apologize, then you're
so
done.
You ever feel like you got to apologize for a joke? I mean,
I
probably should have.
Well, I never change it up on me wherever I am.
Good.
If I eat it, I eat it. You
Right.
know what I mean? If they like me,
so
get
you
me.
do the same show in Cincinnati
Same
as
thing,
Orlando.
because if I eat it, I eat it. Because if they like me, they're going to get me. If they don't, that's comedy's like acting. It's super subjective.
Yeah. I mean, one of the saddest things I ever saw, John, is back in the day, I saw Rickles before he died, probably maybe a couple of months before he died.
Oh, he was old, but
But he would do his thing, you know, and then he would apologize. He would literally apologize
Oh, my
after
God.
insulted somebody.
and
It's
he
like,
never
"Don,
and he
no."
never and he never did that
Sad.
before.
No.
So I change it up because, like, I do such weird stuff. Saturday, during the day, I'm doing an Italian party in Allendale, New Jersey, or someplace, and then I'm doing Street Maryland later that night, a bar, back room thing, and.
I was saying you have different material
Oh,
for
I
different
got it.
areas.
Yeah, no, I do stuff that I got to be clean at. You know, clean stuff like that, and then I like to do my regular act, which I do at places. I have a club in Pennsylvania, so at my club I can do whatever I want. But if I'm like doing that party, I gotta watch it. There's little kids there. There's people.
Oh, yeah, it's
old
kinda-
people. You
Now,
know.
what club are you? What's the name of the club?
Laughing Stock Comedy Club.
Okay, it has nothing to do with our friend without mentioning any names, right?
He's my partner.
Oh, SJ. Oh, Soul Joe.
No. Oh, JP.
Oh, who's
Jeff
that?
Paul.
Oh, that Mama Lou.
Me and him are partners. We got a club for it's like a year and a half now.
Okay, yeah.
Or
Okay.
I call it a labor of love.
Yeah, but
What town are you in?
Grantville, Pennsylvania, right next to Hershey. It's
I
like
just
having
booked
a
it-
boat. It's like having a boat. Break out another 1,000. That's what having a club is.
I got to
Yeah.
go shoot a movie in Adamstown. You know where that is? I never heard of it.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's west of Philly, about an hour west of Philly.
Allentown?
No, Adamstown.
Adamstown.
I never heard of it. It's about an hour west of Philly.
No.
We're in like this area. It's a lot of rednecky people, and there's a club in Harrisburg that's close to us. They do pretty well because they're in a city like Harrisburg.
Yeah, Harrisburg's
we're in
it's an urban center.
Grantville. No one's even heard of it, But
Oh, yeah.
I've only met one person. I've been doing that club for a year and a half. One person that's from Grantville. He came to a show one night and then got a job at the bar next door. He's the door guy. But I was like, never met anyone from Grantville.
Are you able to attract like headlining talent? I mean, who's the biggest names you've had there?
We we had Florentine there. What's his name? Radaza.
Anthony?
Gasparo.
Okay.
Gasparo Radaza. He's pretty big. Leonard Erst. We get some guys there. We had the Amish comic there.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
He
that.
draws. He canceled on us the second. We had him there, and then I said to my partner, I go, when we'll know we arrived? He goes, when? I said, when the comics are told they're not allowed to do this club because there's another club, and he was the first one. He's like, they made him wait till that Monday to cancel the Friday.
I told you the story about Jeff, and I like Jeffrey Paul. He's a teacher.
I know the name. I'm trying
He's a
to
teacher. He was on my show years ago on the late night show, and he was okay. Brought a couple of
Jeffrey
people
Paul.
and just keep him.
He
on
was in The Irishman.
Yeah, let me finish talking.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so Jeffrey Paul, we get him on my show for the late night show. Figured he'd be better. Again, brought two people in. Didn't promote the show. Yeah, and I'm the one who got him on The Irishman.
I know you did.
I recommended him.
I couldn't, and they saw him on your show.
And again, another guy who didn't promote the show. And you always said good things about me. But I mean, again, it's a give and it's a take, this business.
It is, because it's
never got invited on his radio show. Didn't promote my show. Didn't bring nobody to the show. So like right there, it's like, come on.
Yeah, but I've done some scary
What am I
gigs,
on the
guys.
fucking pay no mind list here?
I've done some scary gigs. One of the most scariest gigs I ever did was back in 1995, right? I was an idiot that decided to go to Buffalo in February. How fucking cold it was up there to begin with, right? 8-hour train ride. Get there, right? My friend that lived over there said, this is the Little Italy part of Buffalo. There's some wise guys up here in the neighborhood. I'm like, all right, okay, whatever, right? I get there. The owner of the place turns out to be one of them. Listen to this, right? Lou, I was scared shit. He calls me in the back room. He goes, I didn't book you for this fucking shit. And I'm paying some good money, and it better be some funny coming out of your mouth. That's what he said, right?
Well, I had guns pulled on me in comedy clubs.
So crazy, right?
Why does this guy have 3 addresses? Anybody know?
Yeah, but don't even bring his name up anymore, no more. and no disrespect to you.
How
Well,
crazy.
this guy JP has 3 addresses for some reason.
Yeah,
He must be doing okay.
Well, he's a fun oak.
That's the thing. Guys like that own those kind of places at one time.
Yeah, like I said,
Scary.
I don't know if it's changed now, but there was a certain element that ran comedy clubs
Yeah,
back
definitely.
in the 80s when I was doing it. I don't know
yeah.
about now if they're still
Yeah.
involved.
Queens and Brooklyn, Staten
It
Island.
depends.
all
Yeah,
over
still,
the
really?
place.
Well, it's not as much. It's all changed. The new comics, they don't party as much. You can't afford to.
Oh, tell them the Berkeley Heights gig. How mobbed up.
When me and you did the Berkeley,
We did a
they
gig
wanted
together.
to kill me.
We did a gig together from some people we met, right? And a place, they own this like huge catering hall, first of all, in Jersey, right? Called Mount Carmel. Explain this. Tell them what happened.
Like
This is really scary.
it was like a social club. We'll put it that way. And when I said the guy's name, did I read a guy's name or something? And they
Well,
flipped out on me.
They were friends to me, right? They booked me. I had no idea they were like those kind of people. They wanted to murder Rich. This was saying something, right?
Somebody had to go up there and talk him out of it.
He's a good friend. Please don't harm my hair on his head.
He used that line. He's a friend of ours.
I was begging you. I go, please don't murder him. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I remember the host was trying to tell him that too. Come on, give him a break. The first time you made wine, I'm sure it wasn't as good.
That's sick.
Hey, how many stand-ups are out there today, would you say? It's such a
Millions.
saturated
Jesus.
line
It's
of
like-
work,
it's like
man.
It's hard to estimate because it's like there's more and more each day, and it's like
Yeah.
you go online.
More comics and less clubs, though, right?
A lot of clubs closing, some open, but not as many. But too many comics,
Yeah.
absolutely, and willing to do it for free.
Because everybody thinks
yeah.
they're funny.
Everybody-
Most of them are not.
Now it kills it because Rich just said it. People working for free fucking murders the business.
Murder, because everyone will do it. I'll do it cheaper. I'll do it for free.
Open
I'll
mics
bring
and stuff,
people.
right?
Yeah, but once you start bringing people and you're in demand, then you know.
Then you can do what
When
you
you
want.
put
man.
asses in seats, you could do whatever.
Well, that's what it is at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
but look, what should you find harder to do? Being a comedian or an actor? I always found acting a lot harder than me.
Again, it's apples and oranges. I mean, to go on stage for doing a 40-minute, 50-minute set and make people laugh consistently, it's a gift. It's an art.
No,
it's
an art.
hard work. You know, being on stage doing a play for 2.5 hours, playing a schizophrenic. Again, I mean, like it's really, really challenging. And when I was playing the schizophrenic in this play in L.A., literally the show would end where the last scene, I was taking a gun to my head and really going
Whoa.
to a deep, dark place, and the curtain would come down, and you don't know if I shot myself or not. But
Whoa.
after that ended, it would literally take me about 15 minutes. I'd go sit in the fucking corner and just get everything,
God,
just
take
flush
it out of you.
everything out of me, all the
I
dark
can't even
stuff.
imagine how
it
that
out of
is.
you,
So it's,
because it's like-
different from doing, but doing 50 minutes of stand-up, man, and especially if it's not going well, you're 10 minutes in, you're like, oh, fuck, this is not
Oh,
No,
going
you got to
well.
have that audience laughing,
Man.
and if not, you're
Well,
dead.
And you know what? You could be doing this forever, and you still have those couple. I was in freaking Wildwood a couple, and this is the worst.
When? Recently?
Couple of weeks, maybe like 2 months ago.
Where were you in Wildwood? Because that's my second town.
Rivers,
No, it is.
Where's your first town?
Waterside, the Waterside. Or
Now,
something.
what was it? It was a small bar? Or,
It was a
comedy
a
club?
restaurant bar, and then
Okay.
they had a private room.
Was it closer when you first came into Wildwood?
It was pretty close
A big
in there,
fish
yeah.
place?
I
got to check it out. We got to look.
I went up. The host went up, and he's been there. Everybody had been there before, but me. Host goes up, destroyed, and they're doing crowd work, and everybody's jammed in this little room. This nice amount of people. It's like a Wednesday night. I drive down at 3.5 hours,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And the host kills. Then he comes out, the feature's up there killing, and the host comes up to me. He goes, man, you're gonna kill this room. He goes, I can feel it. He goes, I probably just jinxed you. And I'm like, And I go up after the other guy kills, the second guy kills, and I go up there, and now you really can't do any crowd work because they've killed every kind of crowd work. And now as I'm going up, people are going to the bathroom, stuff like that, ordering drinks. So I'm going okay, and then it was just brutal. It was so brutal. I got the mercy light at like 25. I'm supposed to do 45.
Oh, yeah?
It was so brutal.
That's what it's called?
I was hoping that was Jesus calling me home.
no,
That's how
it's
I
the
went
worst to
home.
eat it like
and then
that.
I'm driving home like 3.5 hours. I'm like, it's the worst ride home.
See, Wildwood is great. Love Wildwood. Great party town. Great party town. Too bad, next time you got to stay there. You let me know. I know.
And it was,
people out there.
but it was off season.
It's horrible to eat it. Like the worst time I ever tanked it was severely in L.A. I should have been out that early. I was doing comedy like 3 years, right? Someone set me up for a showcase with Brandon Tartikoff, the head of NBC.
Oh, jeez.
Right? I went on before a comic named Rondell Sheridan, who was like a veteran
I know
for
who he
years,
is, yeah,
right?
yeah.
He rocked the fucking house for 25
Wait,
minutes.
you said you went on after him?
He was right. Yeah.
They put you on after Rondell
yeah,
Sheridan?
He was
and you're
killing
just 3
it.
years old.
And I was only doing comedy 3 years, right?
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, how am I going to follow this, right? I went up there, ate a shit sandwich in front of Tartikoff, right?
Let me ask you this: do you have a best show and a worst show? Same thing for you, Rich. You have a best show and a worst show that you ever did that comes to mind?
Absolutely.
Give me your best and your worst.
That was the worst. What
That
happened,
would be the worst. Follow
the best
Rondell.
was,
Yeah.
it was the same at the Improv. I followed Drew Carey, and I killed at the Improv in L.A. It was so
And
much fun.
it was a great show.
Because I wrote
Good
his
for you.
wave. He had so high energy.
Oh, 100%.
And I wrote it. It was fucking amazing.
Great. How about you, Rich?
I can't think of a best show. I just remember that one in Wildwood the other day as being a horrible one, but I'm sure I've had worse.
The Johnny P show was a good
I
show.
had one so bad. This is funny. I was doing Gotham Comedy Club, and this is when I was first starting out, and I was doing Jersey and a lot of stuff there. I'd started in Colorado for a while, then I stopped, then I came back to Jersey, and I was doing stuff, and I remember I went to Gotham, and what's her name? It was one of her shows. Jessica Kirsten. It was one of her shows, and Dean Abadallah was hosting. And I remember going up, and Dean went outside, and I'm up there, and I brought people. I had a big table full of people. I took a van there. It was my family, but they were so intoxicated that they wouldn't shut up. They're in the back. They're fighting. They're arguing and shit like that. And
So
I'm
your
up
own
there.
family was heckling you. Is that what
they're
you're
not
telling
heckling.
me?
They're just fighting with each other. And then I'm up there. And I didn't realize different material from Jersey ain't going to work in Gotham Comedy Club, which is like politically correct.
Oh, yeah.
And I am eating it. I am eating it bad. And I just, it's going terrible. And as the more bad it's going, I start getting dirtier. And that's not what they want. And people are screaming, "You stink! Get off stage! You stink!" And the host is letting me go. He's outside, so we didn't realize it. So he comes. He comes back in finally, fell forever, and he goes, "All right, let's hear from him." I'm in the back room, and he goes, "Oh, man, that was great." I go, "That was great? Are you out of your mind?" He goes, "Everyone was screaming." I said, "Did you hear what they were screaming?" He goes, "No." I go, "They were screaming, 'You stink.'" And then the girl came up to me, "Hey, when do you want to book another show?" I go, "After I kill myself." I said, but then I left there and went to Bloomfield, New Jersey that night for the Mickey Loesch midnight show.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I went there. This guy had been doing comedy since the 80s when he was in a Miller Lite commercial, I believe it was. And I went there, and when I walked in the place, there were these two chicks dirty dancing in this dim lit place, and it was this back room, and I was like, yes. Went back there, did the same material, and it went great. And I'm like, oh man, you got to do different stuff when you're in the city. Like and each area of the city's like
weird.
that too.
That's why I had asked you guys before about changing.
you got to change it in different areas of the city.
It is a lot different because, like in Manhattan, right? Like, there's a lot of tourists from around the country, different parts, and from other countries, so it's a little different, right? Where you go out to Long Island, it's just regular people.
Or even in a city, you go in the Village, you're in Greenwich Village, it's tourist. Then you could go to Broadway, you'll have New Yorkers and a lot of tourists. There's other clubs that they draw from New York, so you got to have different stuff because people from other countries aren't going to.
No, listen, guys, that's the whole ball of wax right there. You gotta perform for your audience.
Absolutely.
I mean, and now Staten Island, there's nothing over here. No. What do they got?
Staten Island doesn't deserve stand-up comedy. Absolutely.
The best place
worst audiences ever.
Staten Island, the best place Staten Island ever had, but Grandpa's Comedy Club.
Yeah,
Al Lewis
exactly. Grandpa's Comedy Club was the bomb. That was with Al Lewis from the Monsters.
Right.
Really?
It was great.
It should have died with him.
Listen to this.
It.
That's where I met, believe it or not, I met my pal Sean Kanan at Grandpa's Comedy Club in 1997. I was with NYB at the time, and I'm a big General Hospital fan, but I heard a lot of good things about him.
What was he doing out in Staten Island?
Because he
was a soap opera star.
He was a soap opera
right?
star, but a lot of these soap opera stars make appearances.
Yeah.
And they joke about the show.
So he's making an appearance at the place.
Yeah, he makes appearances. He does a stand-up. Then he does a stand-up now, but it all has to do with whatever he's doing in his life that he makes fun of. So I met him there, and I brought my guitar player, Johnny Feedback. I go, come with me. Let's go meet this guy, Sean Kanan, Augie, the owner. Goes, well, I'll make you meet him. So we went, all girls there, and so we met him after we brought him backstage. He goes, I go, hey, how you doing? Good to meet you. We're from this band NYB. This is Johnny Feedback. I'm Johnny P. He goes, oh, Johnny Feedback. Johnny P. He goes, how you? He goes, it's great to see some guys actually coming to my show.
You had a guy in your band named Johnny Feedback?
Johnny Feedback, yeah.
How did he get the name Johnny Feedback?
Because he was a white Jimi Hendrix, we called him. He always had feedback, and Jimi Hendrix was his idol.
Right.
So that's what we called him, Johnny.
I was producing shows at the Paradise Island.
Well, that's different, but that kind of like faded in and out.
The first 4 shows almost ended in fist fights. I wasn't there, and each time the comics would call me, I left. I go, what happened? These fucking audience, I'm telling you, Staten Island don't deserve stand-up.
Yeah, but when they had the Looney Bin, even though the Looney Bin was here.
Oh, it keeps moving. Yeah, when it was at the bowling alley.
That was still a decent place.
That was. Okay, that was.
I mean, nobody was really going crazy there.
Yeah,
it was in a bad location.
Yeah, you just didn't have it in a good location.
And I got a crazy story about that, but I'm not going to bring it up because I promised Gemini I wouldn't.
The best place in New York was Pip's Comedy Club in Brooklyn. I love that
Pimps
place.
or Pips?
Pips.
I know.
Pips.
I heard of that joint, Pips, P-I-P-S.
Tell you, come to the Bullseye when we're doing comedy. That place rocks.
Where's the Bullseye?
It's on Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn, and we do shows there outside when the weather permits. We do a show there. They've been doing shows there so long. For these, Davidson was there once. They've had so many headliners.
That's Johnny's boy right there.
Otto and George used to do the show every year.
I love Otto.
Peterson.
Oh, yeah.
It was his show he would do every year.
It's a shame that he passed.
Then he passed, and the guy goes, "What are we going to do now?" I said, "We're going to keep doing the shows as a memorial of Otto. So we'll take a subject that Otto made, and we'll all like bring it up during our acts."
He loses his mind.
But
in
it's like
today's world,
it's
right?
like 8 comics. You know, there's so everybody does like 10 minutes, and then they have like somebody. This year, Steve Marshall's closing it because he grew up in Brook. They love him. He's very interactive.
Yeah, we talked about that with Gemini when he was on a show, Otto and George.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had him booked, and then he died like 2 months
Oh,
later.
you should book this kid, Jake LaMarca.
He's good?
Oh, he's great. He was my roommate for a little while. He had to go to rehab and get better, and now he's good. He don't fuck around.
That ain't the guy who came out with us for drinks that time and had no money on him, right?
No. This was no. This young kid. He was in L.A. I saw some videos of him. So he came to New York. I was on the road. I got him some spots in New York. Then he went back out. Pandemic hits. I said, "Hey, I'm living in this house with a couple of guys. One just moved out. There's an extra room. You want to come?" He was in Albany. I never met him, but I got him work. So he comes there. I pick him up at the bus station in Newark, and he's got this derby on and carrying a valise. I said, "This got to be the kid." So, but get in. He gets in. I knew we were going to have a little bit of problems because he got in and he gets in my car and then he pulls out a bottle out of where he has the dummy and he's drinking whiskey. We go back to my house to get we had some drinks. So he's like, "Yeah, I'll go hang out a couple of days." And he goes, "Yeah, I want to live here. Okay, great, great." So I go on the road, and then my roommate hits me up, the other guy that lives in the attic whose house it was renting it first. And he goes, "Hey, what happened to our ventriloquist kid?" He goes, "I haven't seen him in a couple of days." I go, I don't know, man. I'm on the road." So I start calling the kid. He's not answering. So I call his mother. "Hey, you talked to Jake?" She's like, "He's in rehab." I go, "Okay." So I had to tell the other roommate that he went to visit his mother because the other roommate ain't going to be cool with this. So long story short, he'd disappear every couple of weeks and he'd be in rehab. Finally, he was gone for 70 days. He came back and he was clean for like a week. And then he got shit-faced and pissed all over the house, like everywhere.
God.
He thought he was in a bathroom. And I was like, "Time to leave." So he went, got clean, and now he's crushing. He's been clean for, 3 years.
But the question is the dummy also clean?
I lived with the dummy.
Well, listen,
There's a lot of ventriloquists who are alcoholics.
Listen, let's put on another note right now. Richie, you had a lot of great stories there. Let's put that on hold for a minute. It's this time of the night for Louis to do a little ranting on his sport.
Oh, nice.
What's going on now, Lou?
Breaking balls in the sports world. Oh, is it time for my segment? Okay. You know what? I hate to bring the energy down a little bit, but it's kind of. But this subject is actually it's become bigger than sports. We don't like to talk politics on this show or religion. We try to stay away from that because everybody has their opinion.
Everybody's a crybaby. That's why.
But God bless, it's free speech and we're America. But just last week again, there was a young girl, a high school volleyball player, that got hurt playing in a match, a volleyball match. Well, on the other side of the net was a transgender athlete.
Oh wow!
And spiked the ball, probably about 45 to 50 miles an hour.
Oh,
really?
Hit her in the face. She went down.
Jesus Christ, for real?
So again,
God bless.
you talk about breaking balls. I mean, does somebody have to get fucking killed before we
God.
stop this madness
I know, it's
of
insane. It's
transgender
like-
athletes?
Yeah. Well, everyone should be mixed and put in their own little.
Yeah, why don't they have a
zone.
transgender league?
yeah, but
Why
you
don't
know
they
what,
have
though?
their own
Guys,
league?
this transgender terminology is the guy was a guy. I don't care what you want to call him. He's got the chromosomes of a man.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be playing in female sports. And the bullshit of it is all these women, all the women that are for abortion rights now, and they're so worried about the fucking abortion rights. How about the young girls that are getting hurt and some will get killed
Wow.
by men in women's sports? Why are the women that are so fucking crazy about the abortion issue? Why are more women not opening up for these?
I know.
Especially the young girls that are getting hurt and maimed in sports.
It's horrible.
And
ridiculous.
losing
Start
opportunities.
fucking speaking up and start breaking balls there. Yes.
Yeah, but it's about, you know what I think it boils down to with sports now? It's about the dollars. They don't give a shit about anything but people making the money.
Yeah, but you
now.
know, whoever wants to do what they want to do, you do what you want to do with your own people. Like
Yeah.
you put the sheep over here, the goats are in this thing. You got the horses here. You got the cats and the dogs. I mean, everybody just play their own thing with their own people. I mean, you can't be mixing everybody. I mean, especially like.
Well, nobody's
with
complaining
sports.
about women playing men's sports, and that's because there's a reason, right? Nobody's
But it
against
is.
it.
I mean,
right.
in all seriousness, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but that's another
so
thing.
crazy,
A woman
man.
shouldn't be
Well-
playing with the men. The men.
Well,
the women
there's
should
nobody
have,
trying it,
The
'cause
women
they
should
can't.
have their own games like they do, and let the men do their own things because there's going to be some kind of conflict at the end of the day. I don't care who you are.
How about
what
these
it
guys
is.
winning these beauty contests too? It's ridiculous. You know, you're like, come on, that's a dude.
So
I'm
what
sorry.
else? Well, what else with the sports? Your favorite teams?
Oh, geez, I don't know. My favorite teams.
Come on, you got you
My favorite
lost
teams.
track over there.
My favorite teams. My school got beat by Auburn. My hockey team is in the shits. I'm a big Islander fan. I could break their balls all year. Are you kidding me? I don't know if you guys are sports fans.
I'm a
but I
Jet
think
fan.
that was my. You know, John likes me to break balls in a sports issue every show. But again, when I read this the other day, I was just fucking furious. And enough is
Unbelievable.
enough.
It's a tragedy. It's like-
enough is enough, man. Okay. You want to scream about abortion? Let's scream about some other women's rights, okay? You don't just cross the line and say, okay, well, I'm for the women's rights with this subject, but I'm not for the women's rights.
Yeah, we got to
with
get
that,
off
you know?
this subject because we're all going to start going crazy. So, Mikey, Richie's gave us a nice earful tonight. Mikey, let's hear a little more about what's going on with you. What's your plan for the future?
I hope to. Well, I have a choice of anything in this whole business, right? I want to do more acting gigs that I think I'm right for. That's number one, right? I also want to create stuff. You know what I mean, like my own shows and things like that, right?
Now, what about that thing that you reached that you were developing a while ago? You were doing something that I saw. It was like a cartoon version of you.
Oh, my
You and
friend
Bobby Tambora.
Yeah, we're doing something called Midnights with Mike. My friend Bobby Tamboro had worked for QME Network, Anthony
Okay.
QME, right? It's like a late night talk show for 40 minutes, but it's animated. Me as an animated character.
Yeah, that's great.
I look like Charlie the Tuner in
Oh,
this thing,
jeez.
right? We just started working on it, and I'm not afraid to take a chance in this. You know what I mean? Risk takers rule in this.
That sounds brilliant.
No, but the thing is, think about these are my favorite risk takers. Seth MacFarlane, you know what I mean? Stern at that time, you know what I mean? These guys had balls. They didn't care. David Chase was a risk taker when you think of him, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of, he wrote for TV for years before he finally got something.
You don't have to
that
be
went-
talented necessarily, but you take a risk. I mean, I don't think Howard Stern was ever a talented guy. He got lucky.
I don't know what his deal was.
His deal was show me your tits, and he had naked
Yeah,
women
well,
and
that's
guys
just-
sucking on hot dogs. And
He get yeah.
I don't
But
think
I mean,
that's
the
a
old
talent, you know. But,
But I mean,
the
he got
old
lucky.
Howard is right.
He got
I
lucky.
think you got to have the balls to get out there and say fuck it and not
Exactly,
give a shit.
exactly.
You know,
And you
you
give
can't
them
care
credit
what
for that.
people think of you in this. Am I right?
Yeah.
You should never give a shit what people think of you in
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody's so wrapped up in, oh, is the Gersh agent going to like me? I don't give a shit if they like me or not.
The problem now is a lot of our friends, our peers. We don't get the support that we should be getting from our peers and our friends.
You can't worry about it. You got to just focus on.
Exactly.
On,
You gotta-
put a pair of blinders on and just stay focused. You
It's
can't
sad.
give
Don't be a
shit.
crybaby. There's no crying in show business.
No.
Remember that? No crying in baseball. There's
And
no
like
crying in
Lou said
show
earlier
business.
when
Put
I
your big
talked to him-
boy pants on.
One thing can change the whole fucking game for you in this.
Yeah, overnight.
One
One
roll,
video.
one roll.
Even Mario
anything.
Bosco will fucking listen. I don't leave anybody
Yeah,
out, and I would love to see Mario make it big.
Mario has about fucking 800 suits. I'm like, holy shit, right?
And I'm not-
You ever see his
Some
closet? I'm like,
I don't even know if he brings them to the dry cleaner. What does he do with them?
I don't know, but I like how he dresses though. He has like fucking 800 suits probably.
He's a sharp-looking guy.
He does. He knows how to dress. No, but definitely, please let me wrestle him in mixed martial
No,
arts.
we're
like
going
Lou
to
said.
We're
boxing
gonna set it
match.
up. We're gonna
Bay
set this up.
Productions meets Martini Entertainment in association with Potenza Entertainment.
We're gonna set
and
this up.
Carucci and Brothers.
He's got to wear a suit. Too.
Well, 15 rounds. Oh, are you kidding me? 15 rounds.
We're going to challenge you, Mario Bosco,
Oh, God, can we?
to box Mike Bocchetti.
And we can put it out like Ali and Frazier used to do, like smear campaign, like I'm gonna wreck you, you little.
We're gonna
He's
set-
got to
we're
sign
gonna
a
set this
talent
up.
release form in case one of you bang his head.
Case one of us-
And you'd be more crazy than you are.
No, but the
Rumble in
thing,
the jungle.
yeah, but the thing about him, though, is that I like about Mario is he didn't let his illness stop him from doing
No.
anything. You know what I mean?
100%. He went for it.
He didn't give a shit. He didn't let him. And somebody else would have been a fucking crybaby, like you said about it, and just pissed and moaned about it. But he did something about it.
Yeah, it took him a while to open up about it, but he finally did.
Yeah,
For
man.
those people that don't know, Mario is dealing with I forgot what the name of the disease is.
A pituitary.
Yeah, it has a
problem.
name. I
It's
forget
an
what the name
immune
is.
system
Annoyance
disorder.
No, I'm just kidding.
He wrote a book and
Yeah.
he came out about it because for
From Hopeless to Hollywood, it was called.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not selling them at gigs.
Oh, I was going to ask Lou quickly, right, Lou? How do you feel about acting classes? Are you on the fence about it? I mean, I like them. Or some people hate
Again,
them.
Depends who's doing it, right?
It depends who's teaching.
Clem Caserta.
You know what I'm saying? So, as a matter of fact, it's not a class, but I belong to a group called the Actors Gym in New York City. It's run by Bobby Moresco.
Oh, nice. He's awesome.
And
I
Academy
had a
Award
call
winner.
back with him for Black Donnelly's.
Oh,
years
did
ago.
you? They did great.
Oh,
guy.
he was in the Black Donnellys?
Well, here's what happened.
So let me tell you what it is. So we get together every Thursday, and it's a room full of writers and actors and directors, and we workshop scripts. Like I workshopped 2 of my scripts over the past few months there and things like that. So it's like going to class because you're learning something every day from people that are in the business. But as far as acting teaching going, again, there's good ones and there's bad ones like anybody else. My very early acting teacher was a woman by the name of Julie Bavasso. She was the mom in Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, wow.
And in Moonstruck, and she was an amazing teacher. There was one guy I went to go study with. In the first class, we sat on the floor and we breathed in and out for 45 minutes, and I got nothing out of it. That was the last class I took with him. So you know,
You're right. I took a class with Richard Klein from Three's Company, Larry. And
how was that?
I studied Shakespeare for a year, of all things, believe it or not. You know what's cool? I started to get the gist of it. I loved it because...
Good for you, because I'm getting ready to do the same thing. I'm getting ready to do a sonnet. I'm going to work on a sonnet because I've always been afraid of it.
What's that?
And Bobby had said, you know what, Lou, why don't you bring some Shakespeare? And I was like,
It's awesome, isn't it?
Let me hear you do some Shakespeare, Mike. Come on.
Mike.
Come on. Do a little Shakespeare for us, baby.
I haven't done it in a long time. What do you call it?
Get in the character, even if...
Give him a second.
Okay,
Give him a second.
all right, hold on. Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings thee home? That's about it. That's about
Yes!
it.
Not bad, pal.
I did the Joanna
No,
Benson
but the thing is, like,
thing.
the cool thing about it is I was terrified of it for years. Like, oh, fuck, I'm going to get this.
That's where I am now, yeah.
But the thing
It's
is,
scary.
you'll get it because you know why? And when you get it, if you can do Shakespeare, you can fucking do anything in this business acting-wise,
That's
right?
Hey, listen, I've said, and Johnny knows one of my beefs about the guys in this business that call themselves actors. You're not an actor if you don't do stage work, my friend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you don't get on stage and I can't memorize lines and I can't be...
Memorization is a
Richard was
hard thing to do.
Richard was a nightmare. You know what? One time someone came to class and didn't know all their lines. He screamed his ass off at them. He goes, "Look,"
Wasn't prepared, yeah.
He goes, "If you were on a movie set, they would fire your ass for not knowing. You got to come prepared."
2 things. Know your lines, hit your spot. That's
What
the
about
2
you,
basics.
Richie? Any in movies? Any?
I took classes with Joanna Bexon.
Okay, I heard
back
of
in
her.
the day. A lot of comics were. It was the Meisner method and stuff. I was in the Jackie Mason play.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in Caroline's, right before Caroline's closed. We're there all of
The burlesque
November.
show or the...
They
Because he had a
did-
burlesque show back in the day.
No, it was the story of his Ginger. His Sheba Mason's mother wrote it.
I didn't know he did this. He did a play about his life?
No, he wasn't in it. There was somebody who played him. He was trying to.
But it was a play about Jackie Mason's life.
Yeah, it was because he has a daughter, Sheba, out of wedlock.
She just looks just like him. It's
Just
definitely
like
Connor.
her. And Ginger, the woman he had it with, does plays. So she wrote a play.
How many years ago was this?
This was right before Caroline's closed. So
Probably like right during the pandemic.
right,
maybe.
yeah, and they do it all
I
over
would
the
like to
country.
seen that.
They travel all over the country and do it still.
Do you know the name of the play? You know what it's called?
Ah man,
I forgot, but she.
Yeah.
It's hard. She did a thing
100
about him.
punchlines. It's the Jackie Mason story.
I'll
That's what
Google
it's
it.
called.
I'll just Google
I
it.
heard about that. You know, I want to give a plug. You know, it's almost out time. We got a little while left, and you know him. I don't know if any of you guys know him. Thomas G. Waits.
He's awesome. I met him.
Yeah, he has his own acting school. It's called the TGW Acting School.
Brilliant actor, brilliant director, great,
he teaches
great acting
Shakespeare.
teacher.
Yeah, he wanted he wanted me to learn Shakespeare. And
He wanted to be Johnny Shakes.
It intimidated me. I remember when I came back home and I told Michelle a while ago, I go, yeah, Tommy wants me to learn Shakespeare. She goes, you got to be kidding me. I go, yeah. She goes, you're the only one that would fuck up the Shakespeare language.
No, you wouldn't.
But I got intimidated. I didn't do it.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I
gotta be
think the
hard.
good thing about it is it's like, I've seen Shakespeare in the Park years ago, and you know what's really cool about it? Bronson Pierce, that played Cousin Balky, right?
Mm-hmm.
was a Shakespearean character. You know what's
Yeah.
so crazy? He was so immersed in character. I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Really?
Then I looked at the program. I'm like, holy fucking shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
Is there a line in there that goes, give me liberty or give me death or no?
No, that's
I'm not sure.
that's
what
one of the
that's
Constitution guys. That's,
Give me liberty or give me
Yeah,
death.
but that's
No.
great though. I used,
Friends, Romans, lend me your ears.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
What is
remember
that?
when
Some
Spanky did that
what
one.
were you taking?
Yeah, the Little Rascals.
Barber of Seville. Remember that
Yeah.
Or
bit?
the International Submarine Band.
Silver string submarine.
Yeah, that was
band.
the Little Rascals.
Yeah.
They don't make them like that, no more.
No, they never could. Never could
Look,
again.
I used to start in Shakespeare now.
After the holidays, I'm going to pick a sonnet and I'm going to learn one and I'm going to do
you know
it.
what's a good one? You should
I'm gonna
do
feel good about it.
Maximus tearing the citizens, denying Caesar.
You have to text me that because I'm looking for a good sonnet
It's,
to do.
you know why? He's letting him have it.
Yeah?
Because
Okay.
because the thing is, I love American world history. A lot of people didn't know that Caesar wasn't an emperor. He was not an emperor. He was a general.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And after him, I think it was all Roman emperors.
You should be like a high school teacher.
No, I
You're
love
pretty
Roman
good.
empire.
No, he is. He's pretty
Brutus
good.
is too.
No, but I love that.
You're hiding all that
Well, I'll
intelligence
put
in
it
you,
this
Mike.
way, right? First of all, the Roman empires are fucking psychopaths. Am I right? One after the other. All
I know.
12
I saw Caligula. How'd you get into Roman history?
I just like, well, being Italian, I was like, they had balls. They had, they were just.
Good for you.
He wanted to wear the Roman outfits.
Me too. Go like
What the
this.
fuck
For the issue with my son.
He is a man of many talents.
Yeah, well, again,
Many talents.
we're going to plug, again, any of you people out there want to learn how to act, or you're already acting, or you're whatever type of actor you are or want to be actor, look up Thomas G. Waits. It's a TGW acting school.
And he has classes for pros, too. So
Yeah,
if you're
that's
a
what I said.
professional
He has
actor, if you're
for
in an advanced
everybody,
class,
all around the table.
beginners, all levels, all levels.
So, guys, listen to me. It's about that time. I know you would love to talk all night with me.
Can I say one quick thing? Look, you should do King Henry VIII. Thomas, right?
Eighth
I'm
or
serious.
eighth?
No,
all right,
no,
well,
no.
just text it to me because I
No,
got
I'm
to pick
serious
something
because-
after the holidays.
No, you know why? Because you would carry it off.
Yeah?
He looks
Okay.
like him a little.
No, but I mean, you're
What the fuck
going
does Henry VIII look like?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Henry VIII was fatter
not
than
King
me.
Henry VIII. I'm sorry. What do you call it? What?
He goes, Henry VIII.
No. What do you call it?
Henry VIII,
Henry
I
VIII.
am, I am.
That's like
Henry
me
VIII
saying
Paul.
No,
tree.
I'm sorry. King Lear. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
King Lear, okay.
Because the thing is, right? You've done a lot of shit. You played a lot. I mean, playing a
What do you mean I've
script.
done a lot of shit?
He did
Is
like
that
shit.
a compliment?
He did shit.
No, I'm saying
Like good shit. Like, I've
I'm
done a
saying
lot of
that
good shit.
Playing a schizophrenic is not a fucking easy. Is not
No.
an easy role.
My mother-in-law's been doing it for 25 years.
So, guys, listen, Mike.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's it. Lou Martini, Mike, Rich. Now, where can they find you guys on social media if they want to get in touch with you or watch you stand up or whatever?
Shakespeare.
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 Fuck.
MikeBringMoreCoffee.com. What do you
What do you
got?
call that? Facebook, Twitter, what's that? TikTok, all that shit. Just look me up and you'll see me on there.
Good, and we want you back, okay?
Yeah, it was fun.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
And now, before we go, Mike, I went to go pick him up tonight, and I go, Mike, what side of Highland Boulevard you live? You're near the water or you near Amboy Road? He goes, you make a left-hand turn at the Colonial Funeral Home. I go, so that means you're near Amboy Road. He goes, you're not near the water. So I see, go down this way, the GPS is taking me right to the water. I call him, I go, Mike, where the fuck are you? I go, where are you? Near the water? He goes, I'm near the ocean. I go, where the fuck do you think the water is?
Well,
The
here's
fucking
what
water.
happened, Lou, because I'm not. The water is a walking distance from me. I'm not physically blind.
It's the same
you know
shit.
I
That's
mean?
what it is. Are you above the boulevard or below the boulevard?
It's
Richie,
weird.
where can people find you on social media?
RichCarucci.com. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Come to the Laughing Stock Comedy Club in Granville, Pennsylvania. I'm usually there on Saturdays.
And if you go and mention my name, you tell that Jeffrey Paul they get in for free.
I thought you didn't want to mention his name
Well,
anymore.
that's
You
all right.
just
He's
did.
giving free tickets out. Jeffrey Paul, free tickets on Johnny P's
it.
name.
I want to know why Jeffrey has 3 addresses. That's what I want to know.
Addresses.
He's doing good,
He's
Jeffrey Paul.
fugazi, that's why. Well, guys, thank you so much. I want to see you
Thank
soon.
you.
God bless you. Take care of that hip, all right?
I got it.
And
I'm good.
Martini, it's always a pleasure to see you, my brother.
All of the microphones.
There you
Anytime
go.
you need me, I'm here, buddy.
And until next time, everybody, take care, comb your hair, bust some balls with Johnny P. It's only going to get better. Good night.